FLR is about to change crypto forever if these three things actually happen. But what are they? And why could they completely flip the industry on its head? Stick with me. We're going to unpack the suspense step by step. Imagine an ecosystem where every chain is connected, data is truly secure, and institutional liquidity flows without barriers. That is the promise of FLR. But the road to mid-2026 is paved with high-stakes targets. Most people know FLR as the blockchain built for data, bringing secure, decentralized oracles to chains that don't have smart contracts natively, like XRP. But is it just another oracle project, or is it quietly setting up to become something much bigger? Let's start with the first piece that could make it explode. The core mission is interoperability. By enabling smart contract functionality for assets like Bitcoin and XRP, FLR isn't just a bridge, it's a foundation for the next generation of decentralized finance. What if you could take your XRP or Bitcoin, stake it in DeFi, earn real yields, and never hand over custody to anyone? Sounds almost too good to be true. Could FLR's F-Assets actually deliver that? We'll get to the answer in a second. The concept of F-Assets is simple but revolutionary. Trust-minimized wrapping of non-smart assets. It turns static capital into active, yield-generating power without the risks of centralized intermediaries. FLR's F-Assets let you wrap non-smart assets like XRP into fully usable DeFi positions on FLR, non-custodially, trust-minimized. Hugo Fillion, FLR's CEO, broke this down in a recent interview. Here's what he said about the beta and why it's a game changer. Take a look.
Cool. So for any new listeners, let's define what F assets are.
Sure.
So we're working on things called XRP, FBTC, to name a few. There are obviously other potential F assets, but we're focusing on XRP and FBTC. So what is that? Really, F assets is a bridge. It's a bridge to be able to use your token from those networks which do not have smart contracts on FLR with smart contracts and therefore with dApps like DeFi, and also for payments. You could do payments, for instance, perhaps less applicable to XRP, but certainly applicable to Bitcoin. Very cheap, very fast payments as well. But being able to use your XRP or your Bitcoin in DeFi, is a valuable reason. But really, there are other bridges for these kind of things. Why F assets? Well, F assets is the only bridge that has been built with verifiable economic security. Everything else is sort of relies on a form of trust, or you can't really at any time fully understand the economic security.
So yes, F-Assets beta is live, and it's already letting XRP holders earn in DeFi without giving up control. But here's the real question that keeps everyone up at night. Can it scale to Hugo's target of 5 billion XRP staked by mid-2026? That's the first massive curiosity loop, and it's still wide open. The 5 billion XRP target isn't just a number, it's a liquidity threshold. If hit, it could trigger a massive influx of institutional interest, fundamentally changing how XRP is utilized in the broader market. If 5 billion XRP gets wrapped and staked, FLR could instantly become one of the biggest DeFi hubs in crypto. But scale doesn't happen in a vacuum. What partnerships and tech need to line up? Let's keep building. Success requires more than just code. It requires trust. FLR's strategy involves deep integration with traditional finance, bridging the gap between legacy systems and the future of on-chain assets. FLR has been quietly integrating with institutions that manage trillions. If those partnerships go live at scale, could we see institutional money flood into XRP DeFi through FLR? Teasing the second piece. But institutions need one thing above all else: security. They won't touch a protocol if their billions are at risk. That's where FLR's next breakthrough comes in, solving the bridge exploit crisis forever. What if DeFi could finally be as secure and private as traditional finance without the middlemen? FLR's privacy tech might solve that forever. But how? Curiosity building. Enter private multi-wallets, or PMWs. This is FLR's answer to the fragility of traditional bridges. By using distributed trusted execution environments, PMWs ensure that no single point of failure can compromise the system. FLR's way of making DeFi truly decentralized and hack-resistant 24/7. This could end the era of billion-dollar bridge exploits. But is it too good to be true? We've seen projects fail before, so what makes FLR different? Imagine no more Ronin-style hacks, no more wormhole drains. PMWs use hardware-level security to keep everything secure. But can it actually scale for real-world billions in TVL? That is the ultimate test. Early 2026 tests show PMWs holding strong against simulated failures. This isn't theory, it's live tech that could redefine trust in DeFi. But combined with the first thing, it gets even more powerful. What's the third piece that ties it all together? The third piece is the intersection of AI and blockchain. Verifiable compute is the missing link that allows complex calculations to happen off-chain while remaining fully verifiable and private on the ledger. What if blockchain finally met AI in a way that's fully verifiable and private? Flare's next evolution could make that real. Why does crypto desperately need this? And could it birth entirely new categories of apps? Verifiable compute on Flare means AI can run on-chain with trusted data. This opens the door to AI-driven lending, predictive markets, automated trading, all decentralized. This isn't just about efficiency, it's about intelligence. Picture AI optimizing your yields in real time, or running private analytics on-chain without leaking data. Flare is positioning itself as the infrastructure layer for that future. But is the market ready or sleeping on it? The market often ignores infrastructure until it's too late. While retail focuses on the latest memes, Flare is building the plumbing for the entire institutional XRP FI economy. The question is, who will be ready when the tap turns on? With Flare's Data Oracle Edge, verifiable compute isn't sci-fi, it's on the roadmap. But the real question is, if all three pieces, F-assets, PMWs, and AI compute, click together, does Flare become unstoppable? This is the flywheel effect. Secure data brings assets, privacy keeps trust, and intelligence adds value. Once it starts spinning, it's very hard to stop. This is the transformation Flare is betting on. F-assets bring the assets in safely. PMWs keep them secure and private. Verifiable compute adds intelligent automation. Together, they could turn Flare into the data and DeFi backbone crypto has been missing. But will it actually happen at scale? Predictions are all over the map. Some see Flare as the ultimate sleeper, while others remain skeptical of its ambitious timeline. Let's break down the bearish and bullish cases as we head into 2026. Some analysts are bearish, predicting FLR could dip as low as 8 cents or stay stuck around 1 cent through 2026. High token supply and fierce DeFi competition are real hurdles that cannot be ignored. The pressure of token unlocks and the sheer number of competing L1 protocols means Flare has to execute perfectly. Any delays in the roadmap could see the price stagnate even as the tech improves. On the flip side, bullish cases see FLR hitting 6 cents or higher if XRP FI explodes and staking targets get hit. The big one, 5 billion XRP wrapped by mid-2026. Hugo Fillion has been very clear about this goal. Hugo has been doubling down, 5 billion XRP staked and wrapped through Flare by the middle of 2026. He dropped this in a recent interview. Listen to exactly how he describes the parties involved and the path to getting there.
Hugo, how much DeFi do you think is going, with the DeFi ecosystem within XRP now starting to expand, how much do you think is going to be unlocked just this year, in the last few months of this year?
I mean, I'd like to see Flare at 5 billion XRP by mid-2026. Don't know about the last period of this year. Market's a bit volatile.
That's straight from the CEO. If even half of that target hits, Flare's TVL and FLR demand could go parabolic. But it's still a big if, and the crypto market isn't known for its patience. We have to look at the reality of the roadmap. The roadmap is set, F-assets are live, PMWs are testing, and verifiable compute is on the horizon. The building blocks are stacking up one by one. Whether the market notices today or tomorrow, the infrastructure is being laid. So back to the hook. If these three things land, does Flare change crypto forever? The pieces are falling faster than most realize. The only thing left is execution and your own decision on whether to follow the data. Is Flare about to change crypto forever? Only time will tell. What do you think? Drop it in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that subscribe button and thumbs up. It helps the channel more than you know. We will see you at the top, where the view is always much better.